Hey everybody, I am sitting down with Jason Nash, YouTuber, fellow YouTuber.
Hi!
Tell my audience what you do on your channel.
I do vlogs on my channel. I do comedy, some lifestyle stuff, some drama stuff, yeah.
Yeah, I honestly, you are a comedian, right? Like you've done stand-up and stuff?
Yep, I was a stand-up for a long time.
It definitely comes through in his content, and I really enjoy like some stories that you tell and do different voices. I find that really funny, especially when he talks about like, your children and stuff sometimes, the voices you use for your son,
yeah.
I really enjoy.
My son, he goes, my son, he tells really long stories, that voice.
Yeah.
We went
That's my favorite.
We were at the park, and then there was a bench. So my friend dared me to
And you're like,
jump over the bench, and so I jumped over the bench.
and you're like,
And that's it. You're like,
that's awesome. Awesome job, buddy. No, but I love it. That stuff just cracks me up because it's like it's relatable.
Kid stuff cracks me up the most.
Yeah, I find
that's my favorite stuff. Is anything with kids. I remember one time, one of the funniest things I was driving with all these kids in the back of my car, like all my son's friends and my daughter's friends. And one kid goes, my son goes, just out of nowhere, he goes, at night when I go to sleep, I dream about guitar. And then the other kid goes, he goes, I dream about football. And then this girl in the back, she goes, she wasn't my kid, she just goes, sometimes I think about death.
You're like, you may want to see somebody. I think that's why kids say the darndest things, which I know ages me, but that show was hilarious. If you guys, I mean, Bill Cosby's kind of like ruined now, but it was a really funny thing.
Kids say the darndest things.
Yeah. Because they do. But that's
Yeah.
kind of what I want to talk about today, because I have a lot of viewers that are definitely more of our age group than like, a younger age group.
Uh-huh.
Can you imagine on YouTube?
I know. There are some older people that watch YouTube.
Yeah, like us.
Yes, like us. Yeah, there really are, and I love that. I love that. It's
me
really
too.
fun.
You can learn anything on YouTube. But I know that you've been through a divorce. You've talked about it online already.
Yep, I'm an open book.
Yeah, and that's what I love about it, because
Sure.
that's what's great about his content too. Is I find it really relatable, and it's interesting to watch along as you grow and change. So going through a divorce and co-parenting, because you're still very active in your child's life, how difficult was that, or how'd you manage that?
How did I manage like staying in their life?
Yeah, like making a point to.
I mean, I was like, when I got divorced, I felt really bad, and then I just made it like a total priority to like live like 5 minutes away from them, to take them to school every single day, no matter how tired I was, to like on the weekends, like pretty much block out the entire weekend, and certainly like when we got divorced, I would still be there at like 7 o'clock at night at my ex-wife's house, just like being there, just like dinner and blah 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 blah.
And she was fine with that.
Yeah, she was really great about it.
Oh, that's really.
I mean,
good.
it was. I'm sure it was hard for her. Like she was very nice about it. I'm sure she didn't want me there some days.
Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking, because
Yeah.
like a lot of my viewers, even who are children of divorce, who are now adults, were like, yeah, it was really shitty because they would fight in front of us still, and it was hard. And how'd you guys manage your relationship? Like,
well, we never fought in front of them, which was probably made it even more awful when we got divorced. They were probably like, whoa.
yeah, where'd this come from?
Right. But yeah, wait, what was the question?
Oh, I was just saying, like, so you didn't fight in front of them. I was like,
Sorry, what did you say? I don't understand.
No, like if you did fight in front of them, or how do you manage your relationship even when you were divorced, like being over there? It was all about the kids.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, I would just go over there, and you know what I would do? I would always bring something. I would always make up an excuse.
Oh yeah.
To be there, something.
Almost like George Costanza would leave his hat, so you have to come back. You're like leaving a shoe under the couch. You're like, see you later.
I would always call and be like, oh, I met Jones on 3rd. You're not hungry, are you?
Everybody's always hungry.
And everyone's always
Everybody
hungry.
loves Jones.
Yeah. And lots of unnecessary things that I would bring over. sometimes they're good gifts, sometimes they're not. Like, oh, your headband's in my car. Gotta get it to you.
Gotta bring it. You might need it tomorrow. No, but that's awesome. And I think with your children being like their age, I think it's important that they still see you frequently as well as their mom.
I try to see them every single day, and then some days I don't. But I also went out and got them used iPhones, so it's like they would always they're always in touch with me whenever they wanted to call me. I knew where they were. What else? I mean, yeah, and just because I remember when my parents got divorced, it wasn't like it didn't affect me that much.
I don't think it always has to. I think it's like how we manage it. And you might have had like enough friends you could talk to about it, or enough ways to cope, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember because my father was he was like not the best dad, and I love him now. He's awesome. But I remember at the time being like, it's probably best that you go do what you got to do because I'm fine. And then when he was around, he was like in a much better mood. When I did see him, I would probably see him like 3 days a week or something like that.
Oh, so still quite a bit.
And I had the same kind of relationship. They had the same kind of setup too, where it was like they were amicable But I never understand that when people don't get along after a divorce. It seems so silly. And the other big thing I think is really important is if you're going through a divorce, and this is advice that I feel comfortable giving, is like, don't get a lawyer at all. Like, just work it out yourselves. And honestly, like, even if like the other person is like, you know what I mean? The best thing, I swear to God, the best thing is just to give them whatever they want. I that's what I did. I was like, oh yeah, whatever you want, it's done. Like whatever, and then it just I think it just pays off more in the long run. I think you get more out of it. Yeah.
Well, otherwise I feel like it's about the things versus like the children or moving on, because I know, like, I've had patients that I've seen have been like divorcing for like 10 years.
Yeah.
Like fighting over stuff, and like their children are in the middle, and like, you know what I mean? And you could have made it easier. It could have just been like, you want the house, take the house. I'll take this.
Sure. Yeah. My ex, she has the house, and I give her that, and then I got some lawn chairs from Creighton.
Are they here? Are they here?
No, they're not here.
No, but life is never about
in my truck.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my neighbor was helping me.
Oh, you're being serious. You really.
My neighbor was helping me with these lawn chairs, and he goes, so this is what you got in the divorce?
You're like, at least I have somewhere to sit.
Anyway, so that was that.
Yeah, but like, I think that a lot of people worry about the things when it's really about the people. And like by not arguing over the things, you got to keep your relationship with your children.
Yeah.
And somewhat of an amicable relationship with your wife.
Yeah.
Is it hard because you do still have somewhat of a relationship with your wife, your ex-wife, and now Trisha? Like, do any of your girlfriends have an issue with that?
With me having kids in my relationship. I guess so. I guess to anybody that would come into my life, Trisha included, would be like, you're so close with them.
Yeah.
Maybe they would be threatened by that. Yeah, I mean, I could totally see that. And like, I've heard a lot of opinions on this, and then it's just the sort of thing where it's just like, well, that's just the way it is.
Yeah, you either trust me or you don't.
Yeah, and it wouldn't. It's not going to be that way forever either. Like they're going to grow up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just the thing about that I always forgot, that I never realized about being a parent. Was like, it just goes by really fast.
Yeah. Well, life goes by fast.
Life goes by fast, and also even by the time they're like 15 and stuff. My son's 12 now. Like, I mean, they're already like
they're already self-sufficient. Yeah.
He wanted to go to Encino yesterday, and he was like, "Can I take an Uber to Encino?" And I was like,
they have things we didn't have as kids.
Yeah, I was like, "No, you can't."
Yeah.
But I mean, like, you could.
I mean, you
but no, I wouldn't let him do that. But then, like, but I, they're just. I just know they're not going to be here much longer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're going to be doing their own thing.
Yeah, because once you're 18, or at least for me, even when I was 18, I moved out to go to college and essentially never came back. And not that I don't go back and visit and love my family very much, but like, I'm an adult, and you know, you don't have the time you have
Right,
now.
right.
Like, I miss that time too, because like it's the small conversations, I think, that make the relationships closer. Like the random morning conversations are like, so what'd you do last night? What'd you dream about?
Those are the best.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, you asked me how my weekend was. The best moment of the weekend was my daughter got in this cardboard box and made up a whole routine where
Girls love routines. I used to create all sorts of routines.
my son got complimented on some song that he did. So everyone was talking about this song all weekend. And it was good. It was really good. Like, he did a good job. Well, she got very jealous. So she developed.
Had to make her own.
Yeah, so she just developed this comedy routine with this box where she was singing the song. But like, those are the best moments where she's just falling around. But yeah, that's so funny. You never have fun when you go to Six Flags.
No, it's always the nothing days.
The nothing days, yeah. I mean, the Six Flags is fun too, but it's always so.
Yeah.
I always find myself just like trying to create moments too, which is never goes well. You know what I mean?
I feel like those places like generate that kind of feeling where you're like, this is supposed to be the happiest day of our life, or this is supposed to be the best place to be. If you're at home, you're just like, well, let's just hang out, and then you actually have a good time.
Right. Yeah.
So, any other advice to people out there maybe going through a divorce, or for kids that are in the midst of it?
Tinder's great. No, Tinder's not great. That's a joke. It just advice. I don't know. Oh, I would say probably like as bad as it is, time will really make everything go away. Like, it just changes everyone. So now, like, my ex-wife was here the other day at my house, and she was like, "This is great. I'm so happy for you." And
oh, nice.
Blah 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 blah. And I could have never imagined, you know, her saying that about like my house. You know, I remember when we were together, it was like,
fight.
yeah, and you need to do this, and I need to do this, and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And so it's so just let time.
Yeah. And I think the amicable thing being a little bit more reasonable versus fighting on everything when you are divorcing. I think that is great advice.
Yeah, be really reasonable.
And getting lawyers makes everything worse, really.
Yeah.
Unless you have a bunch of shit to protect, which I totally get, but at the end of it, doesn't really who does it benefit?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, if you have a lot of stuff, I guess someone's gonna come after your stuff.
I don't have a lot of stuff, so.
I don't have a lot of stuff. I don't have a lot of stuff either.
Yeah. Just lawn chairs.
Just those 2 lawn chairs. Rusted lawn chairs.
Exactly. No, but thanks for sharing your story, and thanks for being so open online in general.
Well, thanks for put that down. No, thanks for having me. And I love your channel, and I love talking about stuff. And if I can help people, that's amazing. And
everybody can, I think, with experience. So check out. I'll link all of his socials and his channel in the description down below. And we also did a video over there, so you have to click and check that out. And we'll see you next time.